This is Tom Duty, middle-aged American, living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search from my site. 2 deliveries tonight that were, the people were so close to the restaurant. I'm going to lead with those, and then I'm going to go into the money. New Yorker Hotel, 8th Avenue, between 34th and 35th. McDonald's, 8th Avenue, between 34th and 35th. This man was on the 21st floor. I think his room was 2103. His name's Alejandro, and he's from the state of Oaxaca, Mexico. So, by the way, on a side note, listeners, if you're doing deliveries, it is my advice, when you're delivered to a hotel, you probably know delivering to a hotel is more of a pain in the ass than delivering to a resident. But anyways, when you deliver to a hotel, if you have a chance to the visitors, I always generously thank them for visiting New York. When I'm a tourist myself and people have a clue of, when you travel, I mean, especially this guy from Oaxaca, very south of Mexico, to New York. Well, there's a lot of other places he could have gone. I mean, he could have gone to Colombia. He could have gone anywhere in the Caribbean. And yet he chose New York. So it's an opportunity to express some gratitude. Back on track. This man was so close to McDonald's, and I mean this sincerely. If his building had been demolished, and instead of falling in its footprint, it fell like a tree falls, he would have fallen past McDonald's. On the 21st floor, he would have fallen past McDonald's. Another way to say this is when he took the elevator down to the lobby to meet me, he was more than halfway to McDonald's. Now, of course, riding an elevator is easier than crossing 8th Avenue, but it's still kind of screwy. So I was at Penn Station when I got that delivery. So I'm going to show that delivery now, because it's in addition to being the lowest paying delivery I had tonight, it might be a record. It might be the lowest I've ever had. And if not, it's probably tied. So, okay, today's the 23rd, so I'm going to go to the beginning of the 23rd, which is right there. And that might be it. Yeah, 225. My deliveries on my walking, when I'm on the walking app, I'm usually closer to $3, like that one. And that one. So this is 225. That's because the distances are so short. You go to the detail, trip details. It'll show that the pickup fee was $1.50, which is fixed, and drop off only 75 cents. So I got 75 cents for walking this McDonald's across 8th Avenue. I didn't even relocate my bike. I just left my bike at McDonald's and walked across to Alejandro at New Yorker Hotel. And it was kind of funny. The other one that's in the same category is I'm going to find that one too. It was a little easier to find than I thought. I think it was this one. Trip details. Yeah, 42nd Street to 42nd Street. No, that's not it. So anyways, I'm going to try one more. 23rd. It's not that one. It's not that one. So if it's not this one, I'm just going to tell the story without a reference. No, I can't find it. So anyways, I was at 350 42nd Street, Midtown Manhattan, Midtown West, and I got dispatched there out of Port Authority bus terminal, so I'm very close. And I go to Starbucks, I get a 20-ounce something. It's not something I remember. It was a latte, cafe latte. And I delivered it to 350 42nd Street. Listeners, if you missed it, I went to Starbucks at 350 West 42nd Street. I pushed acceptable pickup. Now, where do I deliver it? 350 42nd Street. So I literally took this I was already in the building. So I took it from the Starbucks, which is not really in the lobby, but is a business in the same building with a door into the lobby of the residential tower. And I took it up to the 8th floor. So 2 deliveries. They were both men, by the way. What does that mean? I don't know. I think it means this. Women, it's a little more complicated to go out if considering a woman and makeup. So a man's kind of less likely to do this, but yet I got 2 men tonight that did exactly these ultra short deliveries. Anyways. So here's the listeners, I'm going to try to repeat this every single time. I think this is the most significant thing about, if I have any listeners who have never listened to me before and they're wondering what's different about me, this is what's most different about me. I ride the citibike share bikes and I do it with the walker account. I honestly don't know how you can really be a walker. In other words, I cheat by saying I'm a walker, but I use the share bike. If you're really a walker, some of these deliveries are very long for walking. So anyways, I choose that. I say I'm a walker, but I actually ride. And the other thing I wanted to do, doggone it. Earnings. This is a big week for me. This is probably a record. I had one long time ago, years ago, when my wife went to Europe, and I was working into the evenings, and I probably made more than that. But in all my time at Uber, if I don't have some anomaly in my schedule, this is a big week for me. And if I go here, once again, these numbers, and I'm not going to do it now, but listeners, if you wanted to, you can add 17. I'll skip the coins. So let's say they're all 50 cents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to add $2 at the end. So I go 17 and 10 is 27. And then I'm going to add 20, which is 47. And then I'm going to add 10, which is 57. And then I'm going to add 24, which is, I don't know what it is. 57 and 24 is 70, 74, 81 maybe. So $81, according to each of the individuals. That's what I made, but yet I made 161. So here's the secret right here. If I go and tap here, trip earnings include surge, boost, and tolls. Include surge, burst, and tolls, not Quest. Quest is where I make most of my money. So if I go here, this is 23rd, 23rd. I got promotion, that's Quest. Promotion, that's Quest. Promotion, that's Quest. And then right there, $12. This $12 was cool. I'm approaching 6 o'clock. My wife is going to be finished at 6. I'm going to hear from her any minute. And the Quest notice said I had to do 2 more deliveries to make that $12. Well, I'm looking at the time. I'm not getting any delivery requests. That 2 deliveries is looking impossible. I'm at the New York Times building in a hamburger place called Schnippers, which is a place you can kind of go. I can going to go there temporarily, not buy anything, and I don't have people asking me if I need any help. There's a lot of people standing around waiting for their food. You can kind of blend in like you're one of them. So fortunately, I didn't have to do that very long. And I get dispatched to Mighty Quinn's on Broadway. I even know the address, 1274 Broadway. It's at like 39th and Broadway, just south of Times Square. And I went to, on my way there, I got a second alert. And so I got a double, and I ended up taking it to both of those went to employees. One who is a bar employee on the top level of a hotel on like 38th between 5th and 6th. And then the other was a guy named Mohammed, who is an employee of a New York City Gifts. And they both got the same thing. Spicy chicken wings from Mighty Quinn's. So anyways, my point is this $12 was a practical miracle. I was looking at the time. I was expecting my wife's call. She ended up calling me as I was walking into Quinn's. And so I did both those drop-offs and got back to Port Authority right about the time my wife arrived. So it ended up perfect. It was looking unlikely and ended up perfect. This has been Tom Duty, middle-aged American, living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type, I did get a tip tonight. I was going to say I didn't. This is my website. You would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search from my site. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, good evening, or restful night's sleep. That tip is yesterday. So I guess I just got one tip tonight. Here's the thing about tips. You can't... Yeah, oh no, here it is. So who tipped me? It's this one. From 8th Avenue to 10th Avenue. Isn't that interesting? That delivery took me 15 minutes. It's a little more than half a mile. Shoot. 4:25 p.m. Yeah, I remember that sort of. Who tipped me? I remember the building I went to. Oh. That was on 10th Avenue. That was, I think, 555 10th Avenue. And I started on 8th Avenue. What did I get? Oh, McDonald's. This is 8th Avenue. This is the same McDonald's that I delivered to Alejandro from Oaxaca in Mexico. I took it across the street to the New Yorker Hotel. I went to that same McDonald's on 8th Avenue, and I delivered McDonald's to. So that's what that is right there. The green dot is very near Penn Station. That's McDonald's at 34th Street on 8th Avenue. And I went to 10th. This address is on 10th. The building is very close to 42nd Street. Ciao.